Steve Jobs once said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." Borrowing from Picasso, if you grasp what Steve meant, you are on your way to unlocking endless creativity. Today I will break it down for you with 6 key points that will change the way you think about creativity. In terms of creativity, nothing is inherently good or bad. There is just work that is original and work that is not. This idea has been around for ages. There is nothing new under the sun. When we think an artist had done very original work, often they have borrowed it from other artists. No idea is completely original. But this isn't a bad. Many people might think if all ideas are already out there, what's the point of their contribution? Whether it's singing, dancing, acting, filmmaking, etc. What's the value in that? A French writer once said, "Everything that needs to be said has already been said. But since no one was listening, everything must be said again." Many artists carry the burden that they must do original work to be recognized. However, the key to unlocking creativity is to remove the pressure of being original. Newton said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." This tells us something very important about ideas and creativity. Creative processes often start with copying. Yes, you heard the right, copying. If you want to do any creative work, you should not wait for perfect conditions. Steve Jobs said, "Don't wait until you are ready, just copy." Initially, no one has their own unique style. Think about how children learn, they copy. Steve Jobs suggests that we should copy, not plagiarize, but to practice and learn. Plagiarizing means stealing someone else's work and claiming it as your own, which is wrong. Copying means you are practicing. If you want to write a blog post, try to copying some pieces to understand why original artists wrote it that way. This practice increases your knowledge. It's important to consider who you copy and what you copy. Don't just copy one person. Copy from many sources. As they say, if you steal from one, it's plagiarism. But if you steal from many, it's research. However, don't just copy their style. Understand their thinking, which brought them to that style. Eventually, you will modify this style to fit your uniqueness. Several years ago, I saw an interview with a famous author who said he started writing because he couldn't find a book that he wanted to read. So he wrote it himself, and it became a hit. This is excellent advice. If you are a writer, create something you would want to consume yourself. Another example is from a band member who used to imagine what his favorite band's new song would be like and write them himself, which gave him a lot of practice. This is a very effective approach, yet often overlooked. Side projects are very important. Sometimes, focusing too much on your main goal can stifle creativity. Working on side projects can inspire your main career creativity and keep your mind active. It's crucial to have hobbies, things you do just for yourself, without any external pressure. For example, my YouTube channel, where I talk about books, means the reading has become almost a job for me. So I needed a new hobby, something I do just for myself. I choose cooking, which I enjoy because there is no pressure to make it perfect. It's just for my mental satisfaction. Creativity doesn't necessarily come from having ultimate resources. Sometimes, the best way to spark creativity is to impose constraints on yourself. If you need to write a short story, give yourself a deadline. This pressure can help your creativity flourish. For instance, Hemingway wrote a famous sex story for sale, Baby Shoes, Never Won. This minimalistic approach sparks creativity within constraints. Creativity is not just about what you choose to include. It's about what you choose to leave out. Imagine an author who wants to write a poem but isn't sure what to include or exclude. Creativity can be approached in two ways, by adding new materials or by removing existing material. This author decided to create something unique by removing words from newspaper articles. Instead of writing original words on a blank paper, he published a book called Newspaper Blackout, a collection of poems made by blacking out words in newspaper articles. A German writer once said that we are like mashup of our influences. This means we create new worlds inspired by what influences us. For example, Apple's world is inspired by simplicity and innovation, while Red Bull world is inspired by daring and adventure. Your job is to build your own inspirational world by collecting great ideas. Wherever you encounter something that inspires you or fuels your imagination, make sure to collect it. Austin Kleon says that being creative isn't just about coming up with new ideas out of thin air. Your real job is to gather a wide variety of information and then make a new connection between those pieces of information. Today, many people study engineering. If you want to create something truly outstanding, you can learn reverse engineering and connect different ideas in your own unique way to build your own world. Finally, I want to say, don't wait until you are ready to create. Do what you want to consume yourself. Value your side project and understand that creativity often comes from consistency. I hope you enjoyed this video by watching. I'm sure you have gained some valuable insight into producing great ideas. If you are curious about how to achieve even more with less effort, I highly recommend checking out my other video on the topic. It's packed with tips that can make a big difference. Don't miss it.